Okay, welcome to this Wednesday evening yoga class. We will be again focusing mostly on stretches today and slightly workout for the lower body and the lower back and your shins and all the like knees and all like so that it strengthen your body parts to for make you a better runner. So that will be the primary focus. So let me put it on full screen and pin my video. Okay. Okay. So I think we'll start with the just sit by stretching. Sit down on your mat. Cross leg and put your right hand on top of your left knee. Take your left hand all the way behind you and turn your body all the way back. Look towards the back of your head. Count till 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Come back to the middle. Put your left hand on top of your right knee. Right hand behind your back. Turn your body all the way, upper body all the way back. And look towards the back of your head. And count till 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's do it one more time. Right hand on top of your left knee. Left hand behind. Look behind you, your back. Count till 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last, left hand on top of your right knee, right hand behind, look all the way back, count till 10. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, put your left elbow onto your left side and lean your body onto the left elbow. Bring your right arm over your head and let it drop all the way to the left side. While doing so, push your right knee away from your body towards the right side. So what it will do is, it will give you a very good stretch onto your lower part of your lower back on the right side and also on the hamstrings. Keep doing it and count till 10. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back in the middle. Do the same thing on the other side. Right elbow down and your head onto the right side. And bring your left elbow over your head. Let it drop onto the left side. Turn your head towards the ceiling and look towards the elbow. Left knee, try to touch the mat on the other side. So push your left knee to the left side so that it's trying to touch your mat. While doing so, you will feel a pretty good stretch onto your lower side of lower back on the left side and on the left hamstring. Count till 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, stretch your right leg all the way onto the right side on the mat and fold your left leg. Put your foot near your groin. Put your right hand, bring it up, all the way up, and bring it. Hold your right foot in your right hand. Once you hold your right foot in the right hand, the key thing is your knee should be straight, no bend in the knee. If you can't hold your foot, hold your ankle. If you can't hold your ankle, hold your shin. So whatever is convenient. Try to keep your back also straight. Bring your left arm over your head and try to hold your right foot with the left hand also. So both the hands are holding your right foot. Back straight, and then try to touch your knee with your head. So put your knee on the head. If not, whatever, wherever you can take it, try to bend and count till 10. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From here, hold your right foot, left foot in your right hand. Turn your body all the way to the left, and flatten your right leg and put your right foot down. So your left hand is resting on your left knee, right hand is resting on your right foot. Okay. Here, drop your hips, bring your chest forward, and head up towards the ceiling. Count till 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This stretch gives you a very good stretch for your middle of your shoulders, the area where your shoulder and neck joins. Being in this position, try to see if you can lift your right foot and try to bring it near your hips. Let's do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can't do it? No problem. Put your hands on the floor, on the mat in front of your left leg, and hold your right foot either in your right hand or left hand, whatever is convenient and easier for you. And try to pull your foot towards your hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now put both the elbows down, one palm on top of other. Put your forehead on your palms. While doing so, stretch your right leg away from further, straighten it further and stretch it away. And when you're doing that, you will feel a very nice stretch onto the lower part of your hip joint, left hip joint. Let's count, stay here for about 7 to 10 seconds. Again, put your hands in front of your leg. Come back to the position where we started. And let's swap our legs. Right leg folded now, left leg straight. So what we're trying to do is opening up some muscles of the legs and the hips so that we can proceed with the other exercises. Same thing again. Left leg straight, left foot in your left hand, your right hand over your head. Hold your left foot and right hand also. So both the hands are holding your left foot or left toe. Bring your head down to the knees to the point wherever it's convenient. Count till 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After 10. So there is an additional thing which you can do here. Sometimes you have to flex your toes. Okay. So the way to do is like hold your toe in both the hands and bring it towards your knee. When you do this, you will feel a stretch here. So what it's doing is it's stretching this calf muscle. Okay. So this is a very good stretch. Flex. This is for flexing of your toe. Flex it and out, in and out. So this is another exercise which you can just by sitting in any pose you can do. And this is very good, especially for the Achilles. Some people start developing pain in this area, Achilles. So I think this particular stretch will, and I'll go for the other stretches also, which basically relaxes those muscles. Okay, now so hold your left hand, right foot in your left hand. Turn your body all the way to the right. Put your right hand and left hand on top of your right knee and right foot. Left leg flattened and left foot straight, flattened. Extend your left leg all the way back. Rock your hips, chest forward and head facing towards the ceiling. Let's count till 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All these exercises where you are stretching your neck, the neck muscles, they are very good for helping with the thyroid. Some people have thyroid, hypothyroid, or hyperthyroid. This balances your thyroid hormones also. So now lift your left foot. Try to see if you can touch your hip with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Put your right and left hand in front of the right leg. Extend your left leg further down. Put your elbows down and put one palm on the other and rest your forehead on your palms. Extend it. Feel the stretch on the right hip. Keep extending. Keep feeling the stretch. Now, back again in the middle. Where we started. Hold both the legs. So now, again, extend your right leg in front of your mat. So, left leg folded, right leg in front. Hold your right foot in your right hand from inwards. So, inside of your foot, hold it with your hand. Lift it up. If you're not able to balance your body, put your hand behind your back, or you can put it on the knee if you're stable enough. So, we'll swing your right foot all the way to the right and bring it all the way to the left. Let's do it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do the same thing with the left foot. Left foot extended, right hand on top of your right knee, left foot up in the air, knee straight, swing it in, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now comes the trickier part. Extend both the legs in front of your mat. Hold both the feet in both the hands and lift them up. Straighten both the knees. So when you straighten your knees, engage your core, ab muscles. When you engage your abs, it will prevent you from falling down and it may help you maintain the balance. So now swing both the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And in between, if you fall down behind, that's also okay. You can just let your body fall down, but make sure there is nothing behind you. So let's say if you can drop yourself all the way back, then what both the legs are, both the feet and both the hands. So turn all the way to the right, in the middle, and all the way to the left. So swing your body to the right and left. What it does is it gives you a gentle massage on your hip joints. So let's do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back. Middle. Okay. One slight variation. Bring both the feet together and pull them all the way inwards, just near your hip joints. Put both the elbows on top of your thighs and push them down. Okay. Once you're there, try to see if you can bring your head down and bring in front of your feet and put your head on the ground or on the mat. Okay. So now let us stand up and do some stretching while standing up. Okay. So first one we'll do is for your like upper back. Lift both the hands up towards the ceiling. Turn all the way to the left and go to a point where you can't bend any further. And let's count till 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Come back in the middle. One to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, come back in the middle. Now, put your left hand onto the side of your left thigh. Bring your right hand up, and let's turn your right hand all the way to the left, and try to see how low can you go. Once you're not able to reach any further, stop there and count till 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Come back in the middle. Do the same thing with the left hand up, right hand by the side of your right thigh, and extend your body to the right, all the way right, and count till 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, widen your feet at like slightly over shoulder length width, as wide as possible. Turn your body all the way to the left. Both the hands parallel to your shoulders, one in front and one in the back. Left hand up, right hand behind your right knee, and push it up. Push the left hand up and right hand behind. Keep pushing until you reach a point where you can't go any further, and count till 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. After 7, bring your left hand in front and let it touch your, bring it down on the floor outside of your left foot. Right hand, look up towards the ceiling, facing your right hand. And now bring your right hand also inside of your left foot. At this time, both the knees are straight. Back heel up, knees are straight. Bend your front knee. Put your palms down. What we'll do here is drop your hips. Drop your hips. Bring your chest forward and head up. This is 1. Let's go back. When you go back, straighten your knee again. Bring it back. Hold. 2, 3, 4, and 5. After 5, drop your right knee, right leg, flatten your right leg and flatten your right foot. Once you do that, bring your front knee, bring your hips back and let your front knee be straightened. Straighten your front knee. What you're doing is you are straightening your front knee and putting all the body weight on the right knee. Hold your left foot in your left hand and flex your. This is the right, like this is the actual pose of doing that. Flexing your toes. Okay. So bring your toes in and out, in and out. While you're doing so, you will feel very good stretch on your calves and also on the ankles, okay, and also some hamstrings also. So this is basically after the long run, you must do this. This basically gives you a lot of relief from those stiffness on these hamstrings and calf muscles. After 5 times, put your hands on the side. See if you can put your toe all the way down. Toe all the way down, knee straight, and you will feel a very strong stretch in this area. This is basically the muscles just above the ankle and where your shin starts. Let's put it there. Count till 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now bring your both the hands on your left knee, left hand on top of for your right hand, and now slide your right elbow all the way over your right knee, and bring your right hand up, put your left hand on top of it, and go to the warrior pose. I don't know if you're able to see me, so let me turn myself around so that you know what I'm doing. So what I'm asking you to do is put your right hand, right elbow over your knee, then bring it up, bring the left hand on top of it, and then push your body up. With the elbow, push it down and look towards the ceiling. This will give a very good stretch and a twist to your upper back and lower back muscles, and also it will strengthen your knees also, because you are forcing your knees to go down on the other side. Okay, so from here again come back, put both the hands down where we started, lift your back heel up and back knee up, bring your left foot all the way up in the air and bend your left knee and twist the knee, push it backwards. When you do that, you will feel a very, very nice stretch on your lower back. This is one of the very good exercises to stretch your lower back. So today let's take it to one step forward. From here, let your left foot drop all the way back. And when you do that, your left arm should come up and you are coming into a dancer's bridge position. So your body weight is now on left foot, right foot slightly, and right hand. So primary weight is on the right foot, right hand, left foot, and right foot. After staying here for some time, bring it back and put your left foot next to your right foot. So now you are in a down dog position, but with the heels up. Bring both the heels down, then up, down and up, down and up. During all this time, make sure your head is between your shoulders. Push it all the way back head and bring your heels down, up, down. Let's do it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After 10, bring your body into plank position. Stay here. And from here, go all the way down, but don't land your body on the floor. So your body weight is still on your palms and on your feet, on your palms and on your toes. And this is called Chaturang. From here, slightly slide your body forward like a snake and come up to a upward dog position. So you're in upward dog, go back to downward dog again. So let's do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 2, 3, 1. Upward dog, downward dog. 4, Chaturang, upward dog, downward dog. 5. Chaturanga, upward dog and downward. So you're done here. Put your knees down, flatten your feet, go to child pose, take a 20 seconds break, grab some water, don't get dehydrated. Back on your knees and on your hands, back into down dog, left foot up, hold your left knee, bring it between both the hands, back heel down, left arm up, left arm behind, right arm in front, back in the middle. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Right, facing all the way to the right, left hand behind your left knee, right hand facing towards the ceiling, push your body back, all the way back, until 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bring your right hand outside of the right foot, left hand inside of the right foot. Both the knees are still straight, back heel up, bend your front knee, put the palms down, and drop your hips. 1, chest forward, head up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop your knee, flatten your left leg, put your left foot also flattened. Straighten your right knee, right leg all the way down. So straighten it up and hold your right foot in your right hand and flex your right foot inwards. So do it 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. After 10, put the hands on the side and try to see if you can put your right foot, right toe all the way on the mat. If you do that, you'll feel a very, very painful stretch on your area just above your heels, and let it be there. If you can't do it, then don't force yourself. Go to the level you can. Don't overdo this. Once you're done here, bring your right knee back in the bend position. Put both the hands on top of each other. Slide your left arm over your right knee and put both the hands together. Look towards your elbow, towards the ceiling. Right elbow towards the ceiling. Now, put the hands again back. Lift your back heel up, back knee off the floor, off the ground. Bring your right foot all the way up in the air. Bend your right knee, push it all the way out. In the stretch, and feel the stretch. Let it drop all the way to the back. Transfer switch position. Push your hips up. All the body as if you're flying. You're on a bridge. Come back. Put your knees, both the feet together next to each other. Now what we'll do is we'll do one heel at a time. Put your left heel down and bend your right knee and vice versa. Right heel down, left knee. So let's do it 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 20 is done. From here, come to the plank position. So we'll do a variation now. What we did earlier was We did chaturang and like 5 poses. So here now what we'll do is bring your left knee to your left elbow and right knee to your right elbow. Let's do it 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. Take a 5 seconds break. Put your knees down. Go to child pose. Come back again. Back on your plank position. Second variation, what we're going to do here is we'll do plank jacks. So what is plank jack is? You move your feet out of the mat and bring them back. And one more thing I should have told in the beginning, when you do a plank, don't drop your hips. This will result in back kick. Hips should be up and they should be trying to be slightly in parallel with your shoulders and keep your back flat. Okay. So this is the right plank position. So let's do 20 of plank jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20, go to child pose. Make a 20 seconds break. Now, again, come on your knees and your hands. Lift your knees off the floor. Bring your right foot up back in the air. Bend your right knee. Your right foot between both the hands. Right arm up. All the way back. Left arm in front and in the middle. Grab some water. And then we'll move on to the next set of exercises. Let's do a balancing pose, because running is all about your how much weight you can give it on one leg at a time. So most of the time your body weight is on one leg, whether you're running a half marathon, full marathon, 5K or 10K, whatever. So you're always on one foot. So you have to make your legs, knees, everything strong, so that one leg or one foot can take the full weight of the body. Okay. So all I want you to do now is hold your right foot in your left hand in front of your left thigh. Push the right knee down, bring your left hand up, right hand up towards the ceiling. And if you can't do it, take a support of the pole or the wall. And the best way to focus here is focus on your ankle and feel that as if your ankle is grounded. So then you will be able to focus and stay in this position. Let's switch our feet. Left foot in your right hand in front of your right thigh. Left arm up. And let's count till 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So now let's go to squats. So we'll do, these squats are very important, and I have seen a tremendous difference in my running after I have started these squats. These are called sumo squats, and I do a slight variation on that. Our teacher Devji, he also taught, he only taught me this, but I think he does the more traditional way. I have taken it to slightly a different level. So all I want you to do is put your feet parallel to your shoulders. So your toes should be pointing outwards. It's not, normally we are 45 degrees. So this is how the toe should be all the way in line with your shoulder, both the toes. Okay. Once you're there, try to come to the sumo position. So you know sumo wrestlers, this is how they are, as if you're sitting on the chair, virtual chair. Once you're here, make your body used to it so that you can get some balance, so you don't topple down. Once you feel you're good, what we'll do here is we'll do 5 reps of 10 reps of 5 push-ups. So from here, you can bring your both the hands in front. You can join the hands, and what we'll do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. On the 10th one, we'll stand up. But when you're standing up, don't interlock your knees. The knees should be bent. Keep them slightly bent, because that's the what develops your those ligaments strength, because that's the one which give them the strength, and they will be more I think strong to carry these kind of variations. Like when you're running, sometimes you wobble or so. So let's start from the beginning. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what happens is this strengthens your inner thighs and the hip joints, because when you run, your hip muscles are very important to get engaged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. After 50, you can straighten your legs, interlock your knees, and slightly bring your feet inwards. Okay. So that has taken care of your what do you call squats. So these squats are very beneficial. The other squats are basically purely for knees. So I think what the other way of doing it is join your heels together and toes like pointing outwards at 90 degrees to each other. So hold your earlobes in your alternate hands, and the important part of this is make sure your posture is right. This is very good for knees, but if you don't do it properly, it can hurt your knees also. So what you need to do is go down, and when you go down, make sure your knees are not going beyond your toes. So this is the limit. So after, you can't be going like this. If you're going like this, that means you are causing damage to your knees. So how to do this right is when you go down, and at the same time, move your hips back, as if you're sitting on the chair, and keep your back straight. Okay, so this is the right posture. 1, come up. Again, don't interlock your knees, go down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 10 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 50. Take a break, grab some water, and then go on our backs. Let's go on the back. put your right foot on top of your left knee and put it inside of your left knee and push the left knee all the way down to the left with the weight of your right leg and right foot. Then let your right knee slide down and let it land up on your left foot. Bring your right arm over your head, left hand on top of your stomach, and take some deep breaths. Feel the stretch and deep breaths. 5. Come back in the middle. Bring your right foot outside of your left knee and bring your left knee all the way to the right with the weight of your right foot and right knee. While doing so, your lower body is twisted or turned to the right side, but your upper body is straight. Your chest is facing the ceiling and your head is facing the ceiling. So that's the right posture. Left hand behind your body, right hand could be on your abdomen or behind your ear over your skull. Okay, once you're here, I want you to lift your upper body and bring it down. But while doing so, don't take the help of your hand. Hand is just there for support, just as a symbolic. So let's do 25 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So on the other side, put your right knee down, right foot down, left foot on top of your right knee, inside of your right knee, push it all the way out, and right knee is on the right side. Hold your right foot in your right hand and let your left knee also touch the ground. While touching it, land up on your right foot. So you're forming a perfect triangle here between right foot and left knee, left foot and right knee, and the hip joints. Right hand over your head and left hand over your head, right hand on top of your stomach or on your right foot, on your left foot. Come back in the middle. Bring your left foot outside of your right knee and pull it all the way down to the left. When you do so, right hand behind your body, left hand behind your skull, and let's do 20 crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. 20. Put both the feet together and drop your knees out. While doing so, push your knees down with both the hands so that your hip muscles are open up. Okay. Now, straighten your both the legs. Put the legs at a 90-degree position. Bring it up. Point your both the hands towards your toes. Upper body lifted. And let's count in 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 60. to 60. Feet together, drop your knees out again. Bring your left knee on top of your right knee and right hand over your left thigh and let it stretch. Do the same thing on the other side. Put the knees to the left, one on top of other, left hand on top of the right thigh, and push it down. Feel the stretch. Come back in the middle. Now, what we will do is we'll go for slightly different exercise here. So bring your both the legs again at 90 degree. Bring your left foot down almost near the ground and then bring it back and take your right foot down. Okay. So one leg at a time. Bring it down and up, right down and up. So let's do it. 1, 2, then both the legs down. 3. So we'll do 10 of these. Okay. 1 left foot down, right foot down, both the feet down. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's the 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. Left, right, both. 6. Left, right, both. 7. Left, right, both. 8. Left, right, both. 9. Left, right, and both. That's 10. After 10, drop your both the knees out, feet together. Hold both the hands in your, both the feet in your hands, and swing your body back and forth. Let's go up, down, up, and down, up, and down. After 5, crisscross your legs and try to stand up without taking any support. That's the goal. It may not happen today. It can happen maybe in a month, 2 months, 6 months, but try to see if you can get up without taking the support from your hands. So now, I think we have done lots of warm up. So let's do some push-ups. So there are a couple of ways of doing push-ups. One is the regular push-up, and the second one is the closed hand, or which is called diamond push-up. So the most, I would say, the recommended poses: come to plank position. Okay, bend on your knees first. Extend your right knee, then your left knee. Hips are slightly like they are not dipping; they are up, parallel to your shoulders. Your toes are inwards and heels are outwards. So that's one thing. And if you want to do diamond push-ups, make a diamond by joining your index finger and the thumb, and that diamond should be just below your chest. Okay. So this is the position where we start. Go down and come up. Let's do 50 of these. If you can't do 50, you can do 30. Can't do 30, you can go to 20. But try to see if you can do 20. If you cannot do it in one go, take a break in between and do it. Try to do this. And if you have some issues with your taking the weight on your palms and on your toes, you can take it on your knees. So you can do it from your knees also, like this. 1, 2. Okay. but try to see if you can do the right way or the recommended way. So let's do 50 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 50. After 50, try to go to down dog position. And then on your knees, to the child pose. Take a 20-second break. Okay. So the other very common problem which athletes get is, which I want to do variation, but I think we won't have time. So let me fold this table. The IT band. So IT band happens. So what is IT band? IT band is the muscle which joins your ankle to your knees and to your hips. So because of this extraneous running and lack of stretching, you can develop IT band syndrome. So what it does is it makes your knees painful, especially the outer part of that. And I was struggling with that after my last full marathon for almost about 2 to 3 months. Then Nilima, who is also on the call today, she helped me out with some KT tapes, some stretches, and then I did combine multiple stretches. So came out with a IT band solution. So I'll post that because I can't cover that in like 5 minutes. But one of the stretches, lie down on your side, okay, with the left hand in front of your body, right arm over your head and head resting on the floor. Okay. So what you're doing is you're bringing your right, lift your right legs, both the legs, and try to touch it with this right hand and go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch the sides. Move on to the right. Right hand down, left hand down behind your head, head on the floor. Lift your upper body, lift your both the legs, and try to touch it with your left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10. Now, I think we are almost out of time. So what I would suggest is let's relax our body, because I think we have done extensive workout today. So lie down on the floor, on the mat, ground your body. Grounding means all the body parts should be touching the mat. So straighten your back, extend your neck muscles, extend your back of the knees, ankles, and now focus on your right foot, right ankle, and right leg, right shin. Allow them to relax. Allow your right knee, right thigh, and your right hip joint to relax. Allow your left foot, left ankle, and left shin to be relaxed. Allow your left knee, left thigh, And your left hip joint will be relaxed. By now, everything below your waist should be totally relaxed, and you should feel as if it's detached from the body. Now allow your right hand, right elbow to be relaxed. Allow your right upper arm, shoulder, and the shoulder blade to be relaxed. Allow your left hand, left elbow to be relaxed. Allow your left upper arm, left shoulder, and shoulder blade to be relaxed. Allow your lower back and abdomen. Allow your middle back and your stomach to relax. Allow your upper back and your chest to be relaxed. Allow your back of the neck, the front of the neck, all the neck muscles to relax. Allow your jaws, your chin, your teeth, and cheekbones to relax. Allow your ear, nose, eyes to be relaxed. Allow your head, forehead, and back head. Now your whole body should be in a relaxed position. Lie down in this position. Enjoy this blissful condition. Imagine yourself on your favorite destination vacation spot. It could be a beach, a mountain, it could be a backyard, your office, your kitchen, or your bedroom. Stay in this blissful condition for about 30 seconds. Take some deep breaths. Let the thoughts come. When something comes up, acknowledge it and let it go. Just relax. Turn your body to the side. Put your arm under your head and take your time to sit up. So now, since we ran out of time, so we'll enchant Om 3 times. 3 times means high pitch, low pitch, and regular pitch. And there is a, again, philosophy behind that. So when you do the regular Om chanting, that comes from your heart, like from the chest, the air. When you do high pitch, then you're using your vocal cords. So if you want to be a good singer, you should try the second one. And the third one is coming from the abs. Okay, so abdomen. So take a deep breath in. Now the high pitch. Inhale. Oh. Low one. Inhale. Join your hands, rub your hands against each other and put it on your eyes and the body 3 times. Namaskar. Thank you very much. I think that concludes today.